I mean, like, it's been maybe 2 or 3 weeks since I've gone live on here. Life has been, getting a phone call. Life has been lifing, but in a good way. A phone call, I will have to respond to that. But anyway, so I've gotten a couple of requests from people asking, like, so where do we go when we leave the ICOC? And where do you go? And what should I do? And how do we find a good church or a safe church? And, I'm typically fairly hesitant to answer because, we're getting out of one cult. You don't want to just hop into another one, right? But I did write some notes, some thoughts that I think could be helpful on that regard, or on that front, however you want to say it. And so I have some notes here to help me keep focused. But number one is, don't be afraid to take a break. In fact, a lot of cult specialists suggest it at first. I don't have, here we go. Here's like a towel. A lot of cult specialists suggest it because what happens is when you just kind of ricochet from one coercive control environment to another, and you're just seeking, if you don't take a pause to really evaluate what you've been through, what you want, what was kind of that hole in your heart that made you susceptible to the good news they were bringing, and the community, the ready-made community, that it is highly likely that you could wind up in something like that again. And even if it's not another church, it can happen with like the self-help industry, like different coaches or gurus. I definitely fell prey to that a little bit. You might be tempted to join an MLM, but maybe not so much because the spotlight is very much on MLM. And I feel like a lot of people are realizing kind of what's up with that. So maybe not that, but just other things like Soul Cycle, CrossFit. And not to say that these things are always inherently bad. Drop a comment if you know something that I don't that makes them inherently bad. But when you have that hole in your heart, you are just, you're just susceptible. It's not uncommon for people to leave one cult and hop straight into another, or start their own, because it's just what we know. It's what we've been exposed to. So that's number one. Take a break. Take a break. Give yourself some time. Here it is. I was looking for this. Hey, from India, and hey, when a scammer calls, nice to see you. Take a break. Listen to your own thoughts. And that leads me to point number two. ICOC. That leads me to my second thought, though, which is sit and figure out and define what is important to you. I can't tell you what's important to you. Do you really, really, really care about a certain salvation doctrine? Do you really, really, really care about community service? Do you really, really, really care about a booming children's ministry? Do you care about women's rights? Like, what is your thing? What is your role? Do you care about personal freedom? And is that what is driving you? Do you just want some place where you can kind of show up, hear an inspiring message, and then be able to peace out? You have to decide what it is for you. What do you want? And I cannot tell that to you. There's a church. There's so many churches. There are churches online. There are churches in person. There are mega churches. There are small churches. There are house churches. Like, you need to think, what is it going to be for you? And are you willing to try different things out? Do you even want to go to church, or are you content thinking, hey, I think I have the Spirit in me, and where two or more are gathered, like, I stay in touch with my friends, so I don't even need to go to a place anymore. For me, the whole was I witnessed some predatory things happen in the Church of England that led me to see the ICOC as a godly. Yes. Like, you just want to sit and give yourself a minute, so that way you don't just fall for the first thing that looks loving and sounds good. Because, you know, if you talk to anyone long enough, you can kind of find the flaws and the holes. Because even the ICOC, I'm not sure about the ICC, they seem to stand a little more 10 toes down. But even the ICOC will say, like, if you don't agree with me, come talk to me afterwards. I'm open to it. Show me, tell me what you know. And so it could seem to someone who was just visiting like, oh my God, they're so humble, they're so open. But all of us who were in it know that that is a load of BS, and they don't mean it. They don't mean it at all. And so you just don't want to be desperate. You want to get solid within yourself, solid with your relationship with the divine. Do you even believe in Christianity anymore? Do you believe in the Christianity that has been served to you? Just take a minute. Next, sorry, I am like frantically trying to get ready. Where is it? I just saw it. Okay, back to my notes. Oh, I do have more thoughts though. I did a video that addressed some of this. It's called Losing My Religion. Is this normal? So you can also go check that out. That's a longer video and a little more cohesive, but I invite you to go look at that. Next, don't give in to the sunken cost fallacy. If anyone does not know what the sunken cost fallacy is, that is, okay, I want this one. Nope, I don't. I want this one. The sunken cost fallacy is like when you've been doing something for so long, and so you don't want to back out now because you're like, well, I've already committed this much. I've already made this many friends. I've already helped this much with this ministry. I've already invested so much in trying to see this change. Like, I can't leave now. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Where's my other brush? Y'all, I'm really losing it. Here we go. You can. Okay? You've got plenty of tomorrows ahead of you. As far as we know, life is fragile. None of us really know. But like, don't waste your time. Don't keep going in, because a lot of these places, they just want more manpower. Even good-hearted organizations, you know? Like, we're all trying out here. We need all the help we can get. And so if you're going to be there, they're going to give you reasons to stay. Don't fall into that. Wherever you go, wherever you try, whether you've gone 2 weeks, 2 months, 2 years, don't give into that. Like, you have to stay. You have to be loyal. You have to see it. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to do anything. And that is part of the beauty of us getting out, isn't it? That we get to be in control of our own lives, that you don't have to do any of this. You get to decide where to go, when to go, if you want to go. Let's see. And so I'm going to wrap it up here shortly. Those are just kind of my thoughts on like what to consider. I can't tell you where to go. I don't know a list of names of churches. I don't know what you in particular would like or what you value, but give yourself some time and some space and some grace to figure out what it is that you value and to be okay. There's a zillion ways that you can be a good human. There's a zillion ways that you can have a fulfilling spiritual life. Oh, Tony Stark. It's okay. Yeah, we're wrapping up, but it's pretty quick. I moved my chapstick and now it's not here. Let's see. Jesus said, come follow me, not come follow me or else. Exactly. And even if you were to look in the Bible, like if that's what you're still going by from beginning to end, so many of the heroes of the faith served God in so many different ways. They glorified in so many different ways. They stood up, they spread a message, they saved a people, they showed anger, or they showed obedience, or they showed sadness, or they showed wisdom, or they showed, you know, like just prayer and contrition, crying a lot. There's just so many different ways. So you need to sit and think what calls to you, your spirit, your heart, um, and just go that way and know that it can change. It can change. Don't get stuck in sunken cost fallacy. I hope that this helped. Again, I try not to tell people where to go or where to do because we're not doing that anymore. Tony Stark says, I found a church that is not judgmental and does not force you or guilt you into midweek. Well, we love that. We love that. So, yeah, again, if you feel so moved, please share what you like, what you don't like, what you have found, what you've tried and stuck with or navigated away from. You can leave that in the comments. You guys, we are our biggest and best resource, bouncing thoughts off of each other. But I do know that these matters can be sensitive and not everyone wants to be seen in an online space like that. But if you feel comfortable, you know, share a little bit of your story. People are watching, looking, reading, and this goes on for years to come. There will be people in the future who will come and see what you shared in your story, your experience, no matter how inconsequential you may think it is, could benefit from it. So thank you so much. As always, stay safe and stay free because every day is a good day to not be in a cult. Bye.